Alright, welcome back to the Canadian Craps channel. This is the layout of the table, basic layout. Okay, so you start off, most times you go to a casinos, you don't know how to play, you walk up to the casino, say, okay, how do I play? You buy in. Most of the casinos are going to tell you, okay, you need to put $10 in the pass line. Now the pass line, how it works is, you put the $10 there, it's a contract bet. It can't come off. You put that down, and once that you put that down, you put that down before the come out rule. The come out rule is when they have the puck off and they haven't established a point. As soon as the shooter establishes the point, the dealer will put on the puck and they will put it like so. So now the point would be 9. So that means your pass line would work as a 9. Okay? So you could put odds behind the pass line, or you can just leave it the same. So now you can place any one of those box numbers. Okay? So now the pass line here, that's basically all that is. Most of the times, the only time you should play the pass line is when you're shooting. Now, the don't pass bar is the same thing as a pass line, but it's just the opposite. As for the don't pass, you can have the choice to pick it up or you can decrease. As a pass line, you can only continue to increase it. You cannot decrease it and you cannot pick it up. Same thing goes as well that you put it down before the come out rule, okay? And you can use it as same thing, that the pass line will be your shoot line or your shooting thing. If you want to shoot, you can put on the don't pass as well. So now they've established a point. The shooter's established a point. Your point is 9. These box numbers are where you can place all your chips. You don't place them, you place it to the dealer and you tell the dealer which number you want. So you could even go all across. You could do 2 numbers, you could do 1 number. You can still also do the 9. Okay? But we'll get into that when we do betting. Those numbers up there, they're called the box numbers or place numbers. We come up to the middle here, which is the field. The field is any one of these numbers, and in the 2 and the 12, if those land, then you get paid extra for those. You get paid double. It's a 1-to-1 bet. A lot of people say it's not a good bet. Sometimes it depends. All depends on what the shooter's shooting. If they're shooting a lot of fields, then it's fine. Hammer the field. Make the money off it. You can also place, even if you have a place bet or you have a box bet, you can still play the field as well. So I play the field. Sometimes. I'm not saying that I play it all the times. It all depends on what I'm gonna shoot for. If I use a set that has all field numbers, and I would play that as well. And we move up to the come bet. The come bet is a bet where you can put your chips there. You let the dealer know that it's a come bet. So now the shooter rolls a 6. They'll take that come bet and they'll put it onto the 6. Now you have a chance that you put odds on the 6 that the shooter's gonna make the 6 again. You get paid the come plus the odds. It's the same thing with the place bets. You can place the 6, any one of those numbers for that, and you can also place odds on it. So it almost works out to the same. But once you have the 6, also for the come, if a 7 rolls, you get paid for it. So it's basically saying that the 7 is coming, and the 7 comes, it gets paid. If it doesn't come, it moves to the number that was rolled, okay? Any one of the box numbers, not the field. And it'll go from there. Until the person hits that number again, that's when they will and then they'll pay you, and then they'll take you down. You don't have to put the odds. You could just leave it up there, but most statistics say, okay, if you bet it, you should bet the odds. They bet the odds, they pay you, and it comes down. Also, you can take it down anytime. You can request it to come down. If you don't feel like that it's not gonna get hit or whatever, you could always tell them take it down. You can always put it back up, and it goes to the next number. The don't pass, don't come bar, that right there is a DC. They call it a DC. That one you put, and it's the same thing like the come. If the number rolls, they'll move it to the top here, or about of any number, okay, and it will stay there. And it's just saying that, okay, then they're not gonna hit the number, and if they hit the number, you lose the bet. Okay, if the 12 comes, you win. If the 7 comes, you lose. It'll stay up there for every number that you hit. So the shooter shot the 4, shot the 5, so you got the 4 and the 5 on the DC. Once the 7 comes, say if you had all the numbers and the DC was done, then 7 came, you would lose. You would win everything. It's 1-to-1 bet. Okay, the big 6, big 8 is like how they had the hops, the 6 and 8 hops. I've never really played this. I've never really seen any much people play it. It's not really a good bet. You just do betting on the 6 and 8. It's better off that you're gonna place the 6 and 8. You make more. But we'll learn. We'll talk more about that when we get into the into betting. If not many casinos. I don't know. I haven't seen many casinos with this big 6 and 8. Like I said, this layout is a little bit old. Okay, so move over here to the middle. We'll call this the middle action and everything like that. Now the C&Es here, they're all pointing into each spot. There's 8 spots on each side. Now the C&E means this craps and 11. So on a come out roll or in any roll, you can place money on it. It'll pay you 15-to-1 and 30-to-1. So it's just the same thing as playing in the middle here. You got the 1, 2, the double 1s, the 12s, and the 11s, and then 8-to-1 any craps. So you can play it straight up there, or you can play it in the C&Es. The spots marked, it depends to the shooter or the player on that side of the table. You always can do. You can give them two chips and tell them 2 C&E, and they'll put it in the split right in the middle there. Up there is a 5-for-1 any 7. You can put any 7 there. Bet, say that if you think that any 7 is gonna come, you throw that there. And these ones right here, they call these ones the hard ways. Now the hard ways are double 3, double 4, double 5, and the double 2s. Those are called hard ways. There's we'll get into this about dice when we get into the dice, but there's different ways to shoot different numbers. The 4 and 10s, there's 2 ways to shoot them, and the 6 and 8s, 3 ways. But for them, they call the other ways that are not hard, they call them easy ways. A horn bet is any one of these craps here that they say, except for the 11. And you could put money in there. A minimum is a $4 horn, 4 and up. And this is the basic layout. Other tables you come to, at the top, usually up here, they'll have little circles. Those are called fire bets. A lot of the casinos are getting rid of the fire bets and are going with this all tall, small. It's like you hit, every number hits each number gets a chip on it, and once all the numbers are hit, everybody, whoever had placed money on the all tall small, they'll win. I think it's 1,000 to 1 or whatever. Okay, so we got that, and then also in the middle they will have these things called hot bets. Hot bets are all the numbers, okay, and they have the easy way and the hard way. Okay, a lot of I haven't seen a lot of casinos still having that. There's only a couple that I go to that still have them around. So yeah, the hot bets are, you're gonna use $1 on them, but if you're gonna play like the 6 and 8, you got 3 ways. You're gonna play about $3, but you can also play as much as you want. That I'm pretty sure every casino has their cap, but yeah, they pay 15 to 1 and 30 to 1 on the hard ways. It's I don't know, it's a good bet if you got the person that's throwing it. You know, if the person is throwing 6 and 8s, you know, I don't know, it's up to you. If you feel that they're throwing the 6 and 8, you place it, and also you place the bet, you place the hot bets, you're gonna get it, you make some money. So move over here. It's the same thing. It's the same layout as the opposite side. This is for the left side of the table. We're on the right side. And that's basically it. It's a basic layout of the table. Okay, the puck's there on the 9. So the shooter's shooting for the 9. If I've spoken too fast, I'm trying to keep everything content, like for everybody to thing. I'm trying to move not as fast as I want to go, as nice and slow, and that people can understand. If you missed anything, I'm sure you can go back and rewind and check it out before anything. It's pretty simple. It looks very complicated. People walk up to the table and they get very intimidated by it. Also, when you get people throwing chips all over the place and you know, calling out bets and stuff like that. So it's very thing. If you walk up to a table with the fire and everything, they usually have a little circle here behind the pass line with like a little fire sign on it. You put your fire chip there. That's if you want the fire. The fire usually ranges from $1 to $5. Once they hit a fire, they'll put a little chip here in each number that was hit. So now the person hit the 9. Okay, the dealer will take off the puck. It'll go off after he pays out everybody, and after bring the dice back to the shooter, they'll put the little fire puck there, and the shooter shoots for his next number, his or her next number. They make a new number, then it's great, and they will put a next fire puck once that number is made. Now the fire is a minimum four numbers and up. So once you hit the 4, it's 25 to 1. The 5th point will be 250 to 1. Oh, did I say that right? Yeah. The 4th, 25, 250, and 1,000 to 1 for the 6 points. So it's I don't know, it's a very 1,000 to 1 bet probably. You have to look at the statistics about it, but yeah, it's not really a good bet. You know, it all depends on who's shooting. You know, if you go to most tables you go to, everybody you'll see usually the same people every day. It's usually a normal same community that goes and plays every day, and right then, you know, there's people there that you know who can shoot good and stuff like that. But also when we get into the dice setting and throwing and everything, we'll talk about different types of shooters and stuff like that. So I hope I've covered everything on the layout for everybody. If not, any leave comments. Anything else that you didn't understand and that I didn't touch on, then sure, let me know, and hopefully I can answer your questions. Thank you for watching.